Hello everyone, hope you all are fine, and today we will continue with the periodic table. Once again I am repeating about the VVM examination. I hope you all are filling the form and sitting for the exam. Previous day we discussed about the Newland's octave and Joubert-Reines law of triad, first triad and then octave, and now today we will start with the next one, the most important one, or better to say the one which actually leads to the modern periodic table, that is Mendeleev's periodic table. He also, like Newland, took up the atomic mass as a factor because their thought was that atomic mass is the property which is the basic property of every element which will not change, and this will only give the idea of all the properties, whether it is a physical property or chemical properties. So what he did, he arranged the the element in the table, and the law was stated by that physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic function of their atomic weight. That was his law. And today what we see, that groups and the periods in the periodic table, that was exactly given by the Mendeleev. Now the merits were, many merits were there. Many problems which were solved, problems which were there in triads or in octaves, or many maximum of them were solved. Problems like grouping was very much scientific, and he kept places for undiscovered element, and gaps were there in the periodic table. Also the similar elements, that means the elements which are having similar properties, they were grouped very nicely, like lithium, sodium, potassium. This grouping were very much scientific. But in spite of these things, there were many problems which came up. Problems like that cobalt nickel problems were not solved. Actually, in Newland case, this cobalt nickel problem was there. The problem was a bit different, but the two elements which were under the problem was ferrous, cobalt nickel that time also, and here in the Mendeleev's also that cobalt nickel problem. In Newland law, the problem of cobalt nickel was that these two were placed in a slot one after another, and they were kept or clubbed with the fluorine, chlorine, bromine group, and they were kept far away from the iron. Whereas there is no relation in properties with fluorine, chlorine, bromine, because they are halogen, and iron and cobalt and nickel, they are metals, and iron in fact having certain similarity in properties with cobalt and nickel. Today we know they are transition element, but they are kept far away from each other. So that was a problem that time with the Newland. Here also one problem came up, that in the table, Mendeleev in the table kept first cobalt and then nickel, but the atomic weight of nickel is less than that of cobalt. So that means actually it was self-contradicting. He was telling that he has made all the elements increasing order of their atomic weight, whereas while placing he has done such an anomaly with some elements. He stated that that was due to certain reasons, that if he does not do so, then the properties or the entire periodic table will face certain problems, and then that gradual increasing or gradual change in the properties will fall in trouble, like argon and potassium. There also same thing happened. Argon atomic weight was higher than that of potassium, but if he keeps potassium before argon, prior to argon, then that potassium will fall in the group of the noble gases. So because of that he kept. But once he is giving a law, another time to keep it correct, he is changing somewhere and showing some anomaly. And also if you arrange any elements or some elements increasing it of their atomic weight, and then remembering the atomic weights are difficult, and also these anomalies, where to use this anomaly, how to understand where will be these changes, this is quite difficult and quite confusing as well. And isotopes, once the isotopes were discovered, everything was a mess, because isotopes are the atoms of same elements, but they have different atomic masses because they have different number of neutrons. But according to his theory, then his law, then all the isotopes will be placed in separate places, which is impossible. The table will look huge like monster, and it is impossible to study. Like hydrogen has 3 isotopes, so for hydrogen only 3 places, and for carbon 3 places, and radioactive isotopes are so many, then how it will look like? It will be a big, and it will be a mess. So many problems came up. but then also the idea, it was beautiful. The periodic table that was given, that was very much proper. So what Moseley did, Moseley came up and he just changed a word. A word means he just replaced a number, and means he replaced mass with number. He just displaced the word mass. Only instead of mass, he used the term number. So now the law looks like physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic function of the atomic number, and all the problems sorted. Except the problem of hydrogen. Right? Hydrogen problem was that time in Mendeleev's case also, position of hydrogen was not clear. And here in today's Moseley's periodic table, the position of hydrogen was not clear as well. That is till the date hydrogen, as we know, it is called a dual nature. That means hydrogen can be placed in the group of alkali metals, also it can placed with the group of halogens. So this this dual nature of hydrogen is shown today also. And in the hydrogen chapter we will read that many properties of hydrogen are similar with the alkali metals, and many properties of hydrogen are similar with the halogens. So that's why we can keep hydrogen in both the places. Now apart from that problem, rest all problems were solved. Like this cobalt nickel problem, atomic number of cobalt and nickel, they were okay. Now once it is said that it is arranged in atomic number. In his Mendeleev's periodic table, it is first cobalt and then nickel, but the atomic cobalts were more, but atomic number was nickel was more. Like cobalt is 27, nickel is 28. So now it is correct. Argon's atomic number is 18 and potassium is 19. So now it is looking correct. Isotopes, any elements, how many isotope it has does not matter here, because all the atoms have same atomic numbers. That means an element can have hundreds of isotopes, but they will have a same atomic number. So we no need of keeping the isotopes in different places or different parts. So in this way, things become very much easy, comfortable and scientific. Now once we use atomic number, we can understand that by seeing the electronic configuration, number of valence electron, number of shells, that is helping us to know the position of that particular atoms or position of that particular element in a periodic table. That was also very clear. So now the problems was all sorted. So it was like a story of or history of periodic table, how gradually through the trial and error methods it was found. As you know that we can say that why Dobereiner could not do that, or why the octave came, or why the Mendeleev came. They could have said these one only, but basically gradually when the discoveries happened, the time of Dobereiner's and time of Moseley's were far different. And as the times are different, discoveries are different, thought process different, psychological, and then availability of the scientific notes and instruments, everything becomes different. The thought process also become different. But then also huge respect to each and every scientist who are involved in the process. And any discovery always works with the trial and error. We all have heard about Thomas Alva Edison, and now everybody knows that 1,000 times he failed and then he got the first electric bulb. And he always said that I have got 1,000 ways which do not work. He never said that I failed 1,000 times. That means always a positivity works whenever we are doing something new. And this process of discovery, like in atomic structure also, we do not have those theories. But Dalton's, then Rutherford, then Niels Bohr, then Sommerfeld, Schrödinger, then Heisenberg's, each and everybody put forward their own theories. Everybody contributed. Means would have not been Dalton, would have not been Thomson, we would have not seen these days. Once Dalton said, then only the Rutherford got this inspiration or got this energy to work on that. One has to work, whether it is correct or wrong, that doesn't matter. One need to work so that others get the feel to work on that, or get the way to work on that. You need to start first to show the path, then others will come to follow that and will keep on working more and more, and we'll get more ideas. And it is happening today also, as you can see that so many vaccines are under research. Sometimes this is failing, sometimes we are getting stage 1, stage 2. So these scientific works keep on moving with the time. So every discovery, everything is very important, and we salute every time all these personalities who came up with their own ideas. If you can read the book Vishwasghatak, actually we do not have any English version of this book. It is in Bengali, Vishwasghatak, written by Narayan Channel. It was the period when all these people like Bohr, Rutherford, Dalton, they are all theories and how they made these discoveries, and how actually the backdrop of the Hiroshima Nagasaki incident was in detail it is stated here. Chemistry people should read this book, chemistry lovers should read this book, not only chemistry, physics lovers also, because these parts are the part of physics, modern physics basically. Then you will understand that Manhattan Project, the behind story of Manhattan Project, how those scientists were forced to work against the humanity, and that is why the name of the book is Vishwasghatak. If you read the book, you will understand why the name is given such, because that Hiroshima Nagasaki incidents was happened because these discoveries were there, and cancer treatment also because of this discovery. So it depends on how we choose to do. But that time, those during Second World War time, there were some enemies, the evil brain, who tried to use those formulas or those discoveries against the humanity, and then the Hiroshima Nagasaki incident happened. Anyway, a lot many things I have said. See you in the next class. See you in the live class. Till then, take care and bye.